Okay, this video is going to be sort of rounding off video for the rules. And before anyone says anything, I know I haven't finished all the rules yet. I still need to do bombardment and I still need to do combat. But this video will be the last in the series, and we'll be looking at just bits and bobs which I'm not particularly I don't think are worth covering in any detail. First thing we've got is hidden forces. Now, if you're going to play an opposed game, all forces start the game hidden and remain hidden until revealed. Reinforcements are hidden on entry. Right, for each stack of units, you select one of the following to cover the stack: a leader, a vedette, a unit with strength of 1. Those are the counters that have their flag on the reverse side. If none are present, use a road march marker, a demoralised marker, or an out of supply marker. Okay, you reveal units by reconnaissance. The hidden force is revealed during the movement phase. If in a repulse, only units involved are the ones revealed at the time of the repulse. During the movement phase, upon entering enemy zone of control, consult the reconnaissance table. If you're in the line of sight at the beginning of a combat phase of an enemy zone of control or within line of sight, you reveal. When units retreat or advance after combat into an enemy zone of control, the adjacent units on both sides are revealed. Now, line of sight, there's normally 3 hexes from centre to centre of each hex. You can be blocked by blocking hexes or blocking hex sides, which is you'll find that on the terrain charts. You've got blocking hexes are woods, chateaus, hilltops, town hexes, blocking hex sides, crests, slope hex sides. Another thing with hidden forces, a unit remains revealed as long as it stays in an enemy zone of control or is sighted by an enemy line of sight. At the end of the combat phase, all units not in line of sight are re-hidden. Okay. Another thing, this series comes with cards. You get a set of cards for each side, and these provide things like alternative reinforcements, get special bonuses or benefits in certain phases. I don't use them because I'm playing solo most of the time, and even then, if I was playing opposed, I wouldn't use cards if I can get away with it. I just don't like them. I find them fiddly and annoying, but I'm sure other people think they're great. Now, each game used to come with a set of cards, but they don't anymore. Now, I can't advise you on that in terms of buying a new game, whether you're going to get a set of cards or not. Okay, certainly if anyone wants a set of cards, I've got plenty of sets, and I can send you a set for a very small fee if you're in Britain, to cover postage and messing around. Right, what else have we got? Right, vedettes. Vedettes are where you can break down a cavalry unit. For example, let's have a look at this. This light cavalry unit here. You can tell it's light cavalry because in the box it's got LC in the lower right hand corner. Now that's got a little yellow number in a circle. That is the number of vedettes this unit can be broken down into. So if you break it down, you take that unit off the board and you place it, well, place it in your full strength holding box here, okay? And what you do is you go into your big mass of counters and find the 3 vedettes in this case that happen to match that particular unit. I can't find them at hand, but if you're looking at a vedette unit, it's pretty straightforward. It has a initiative, which is usually quite high, because these are little reconnaissance units that they're used to moving on their own. You've got a combat strength of 0 and you've got its own movement. Okay, if you want to reform a vedette into a unit, get them all together in a single hex, and they can be reassembled into one. Vedettes are mainly used for screening operations. When they're a lot more useful if you're playing with the hidden forces rule, but even in games where you're playing solo, they can be useful. If you look at Napoleon's Gamble, for example, I've used vedettes in that game to slow up the French advance during the initial stages of crossing the Sambre near Charleroi. Vedettes have got quite a little, well, I say a little, there are quite a lot of rules to do with them. I'll mention things like vedettes. If they're in a hex in an enemy zone of control, they're simply eliminated. Eliminated vedettes can return to play through reorganization, which we've discussed in another video. Vedettes are always repulsed. They always retreat before combat. Okay, I won't go into any more about vedettes. We've got baggage trains and pontoon trains. Trains, here's a baggage train here, and there's a pontoon over there. Okay, they move automatically. They're always in command. They have a movement allowance of 4 MPs, and they pay cavalry costs for movement. They may use road marches. During mud, thunderstorm and snowstorm trains, movement costs are doubled for all type of terrain. They've got various restrictions. They may not stack, they may not enter an enemy zone of control, they may not enter a slope hex except by road or a trail, they may not cross rivers except by spans and pontoon bridges. Baggage trains may not cross damaged bridges, but they may cross pontoon bridges. They don't fight, they cannot attack or defend, they may not retreat. Right, just let me keep going through this. Destroyed trains are removed from play. Trains have no zone of control. If it finds itself adjacent to an enemy unit, it's immediately captured or destroyed. There's a little table here where you throw to say whether it's captured or destroyed. Destroyed trains are permanently eliminated. Trains may not be displaced. If there's only one available unit, for the one available hex for the unit retreating to go into the train is destroyed and permanently eliminated, and the retreating unit is eliminated, but it's available for recovery. Trains and formations. Trains belong to the formations that they are associated with. That one W is Wittizen's Corps, which belongs to that demoralised core there. Trains are important for supply. There's a video on supply, so we won't discuss that. Pontoon bridges, they're pretty much a very specialised thing. You can use them to effectively cross rivers which haven't got bridge hex sides, and what you do is you can flip them over and they go onto your bridge side. So they're good for getting your supply line across an unbridged river, or allowing your units to cross an unbridged river. So it's just quite a few units. And things like trains can't actually cross rivers without these pontoons. There's a load of rules about where you can actually deploy them. Which, if you look here in the book here, it tells you certain types of weather you can't do it. Right. Crossing costs, units that are going to cross by pontoons have certain extra movement points required. A pontoon bridge may be put back into its pontoon train in a friendly combat segment by just flipping it over again back to its movement side. What else have we got here? We should have improved positions. Now, I'm not quite sure where it is in the game. Improved positions 15.3. Yeah, right. Improved positions. These are little counters that you give defensive benefit to the units in the hex. Now these can be built during the battle. Defending strength of all units defending in a completed IP are doubled. If it's built in a town, the combat effects of the IP and the town are cumulative together. Construction, you've got to contain at least 2 infantry units that did not move in the movement phase. If a town hex, only 2 strength points or infantry are needed. Right, so that's not 2 units, that's 2 strength points. You can't build them in frost, snow and snowstorm, or during the night, or in chateaus or marsh hexes. To build, you basically roll on this table every turn. So if it's 1, the construction's complete and you invert the marker. So the marker obviously has a construction side as well as a completed side, which I've already shown you. Okay. If you fail to get a 1, whoops, it's still under construction and you just keep rolling for it. Now I'm pretty sure, sorry for the camera moving around, that covers all the bits and bobs. Yeah, it does. There's nothing else that I really want to cover.